What's up everybody, Dr. McKay here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing my Star Trek Online playthrough. This is part 24. We're currently doing the New Frontier missions. We are on episode 3 of this story arc, so I hope you all enjoy the content. And if you do, feel free to hit the like button, don't forget to comment and subscribe on YouTube, and feel free to follow me on Twitch. But before we get started, a quick word from my channel sponsor and then we'll get into the new mission. And what's up Grand Admiral, how are you today? I'm really excited to be partnering with HelloFresh. Use my code to get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes plus 3 gifts at the link in the description. But who are HelloFresh, you may ask? Well, meal times are made simple. HelloFresh provides all the ingredients and inspiration needed for stress-free cooking and meal planning, making it easy to serve meals that you and your loved ones will enjoy. HelloFresh has perfectly portioned ingredients that get delivered to your door hassle-free. You can select your weekly recipe from a variety of great tasting options, modify the servings per recipe and schedule delivery at your convenience, and of course you can pause or cancel your subscription at any time. HelloFresh offers many different recipes per week to choose from. The variety of choices means your dinners will always be different and it gives you opportunity to try out new meals. You can also select unique options such as calorie smart, quick meals and family friendly recipes. Each meal uses fresh ingredients from suppliers selected by HelloFresh. You can be sure that the ingredients you get are always fresh and of high quality. So if you want to spice up your meal times, I'm here to help. Use my code to get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes plus 3 gifts at the link. Offer ends Sunday the 23rd of April, so if you want great tasty meals, act now. And thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring my channel. Alright, with the sponsor out the way, last time on Star Trek, what did we do? We went exploring a little bit with the new Lucari people. We encountered some Gekli, some space-dwelling life forms, and some of those Farpoint aliens from the first episode of Next Generation. That was quite interesting, but then we discovered a bunch of planets and moons that were attacked by the Zenkefi with a proto-matter weapon that wipes out all organic life on the surface of a planet. So it was quite interesting to meet the Zenkefi for the first time. They kind of remind me of the Zanghili from Halo. I'm not sure though why they're attacking these planets with these proto-matter weapons, but I have a theory it's to do with these like crystal like things that we found on a couple of the planets. It's the only commonality between the planets that we've found so far. So we're going to dive into the next mission, and hopefully the story unfolds and lets us know what it's about. So let's go, let's hail up and continue on our story. So, New Frontiers, next mission is Mirrors and Smoke. Let's go.
While searching for signs of weaponized protomatter, one of our long-distance research probes made a most curious discovery. It found a Class M planet at the heart of the Gonkra Nebula. That's not the most exciting news, however. The probe detected the presence of sentient life on the planet. The biosigns were very similar to our own. It is possible that we have discovered a lost tribe of Lucari. We're going to investigate, and we'd like some backup. The probe went offline rather suddenly after detecting the planet. These people might not be very friendly.
Captain, I am ready to assist you. Helm, set a course for the Gonkra Nebula. Whoopee. Engage. Mirrors and Smoke. Normally the phrase is the other way around, isn't it?
I'm reading a group of starships out there. They're armed, shielded, and combat capable. Let's hope they're not hostile as well. As the ranking officer here, I believe you should be the first to initiate contact.
Thank you. Open a hailing frequency. Comms. Quite a cool looking ship, the LSS Rescava. Compensating for Nebula conditions, Admiral. Still no response.
Curious. Perhaps they might respond more favorably to a familiar face. May I open a channel?
It's worth a shot. Proceed.
Unidentified vessels. This is Captain Kumar K. of the LSS Vreskava. I extend cordial greetings in the interest of establishing peaceful contact between us.
Oh, talk about being polite. Cordial greetings. Still quiet. It's the Universal Translator online.
I'm not certain. Wait. They're locking weapons.
Red alert. Fire to disable. Do not destroy.
I don't understand. The Vreskava did nothing to prevent this attack.
Alright. I say we all need to chill out and find out what's going on.
Alien vessels, this is Prime Minister Tulaman of the Kantari Union. I've ordered our forces to cease hostilities and ask you to do the same.
This is Admiral McKay of the USS Prometheus. Explain yourself, Prime Minister.
There's been a grave misunderstanding. It is customary for us to discuss such grievances in person. Will you accept my invitation to parley?
Yes, send us meeting site coordinates. McKay out.
The Kantari. They survived. Somehow they managed to survive the devastation of Kentar and make it here. Incredible. Historically, Kantari were quick to distrust and attack. It would seem that hasn't changed. We should be cautious. Despite that, I am ready to transport when you are.
Well, if they're from that Kantari system, that's like 4 to 5 sectors away. It's a lot of traveling. And what's that, Grand Admiral? They seem to be no real threat to you. No. Gotta love Starfleet's advanced technology. 5 to beam. Energize.
By the 14 sacred trees of Lucar. The Kantari destroyed one world with their toxic ways, and it seems they're well on their way to destroy another. Unbelievable. This Prime Minister has much to answer for. Where is she, by the way? And why are we meeting on the street?
I have no idea, Captain. I'm wondering about that myself. Message from the Kantari, Admiral. Apparently there was a minor error in the coordinates they provided, resulting in your current situation. Transmitting updated coordinates for the Kantari Capitol building to you now. Shall we beam you in? Negative. It's not too far from here. We'll go on foot.
That Kantari on the street looks quite ill.
Well, the atmosphere must be polluted for me to be in my environmental suit. I'm reading extreme levels of toxins in the Kantari lungs. Without treatment, you'll be dead in months.
Reading high levels of toxic chemical emissions in the area.
Oh. It's a vent. Where's the vent? There it is.
They still use unregulated exhaust systems? Unbelievable. How peculiar. The doors here have built-in filtration systems.
The toxins filters built into the door and
What's
are
that
standard
machine off
at
to
best.
the side?
Substandard.
Miniature store?
I thought that was like a stormtrooper helmet for a second.
It's full of breathing aids. People poison the air here and charge others to withstand it. Does that fluid look off to you?
That drain pipe is leaking acidic fluids with high levels of pollutants. They clearly don't care about their environment, do they?
I've never seen this level of suffering. Oh, they pile the refuse in the streets. It's barbaric. There are still heat signatures on this junk. It was placed here recently.
Kill the Lucari and her alien lackey.
Oh, damn. Right. Someone care to explain?
I see hatred for Lucari still burns in the hearts of some Kentari, along with violent xenophobia. Hopefully their leadership is of a more diplomatic nature.
Agreed, let's keep moving. Jeez. Plant a bomb? Wow, this escalated quickly.
The Capitol building is a short distance from here.
Only a few pages catch your interest. Which page do you want to read? So have a look at the environmental page.
The structural integrity of several housing blocks has been called into question by independent analysts. Ministers at the building authority deny any cause for concern as tower extension projects aimed at elevating the blocks above the smog level have commenced.
Well, they obviously don't really care, do they?
Even here, the poor huddled in misery. What? Another attack?
Oh dear.
You shouldn't have come here. Now you're gonna die.
Talk about ambush. I know, proper xenophobic. But is it aimed at me or is it aimed at Captain Kumaka?
Is that the last of them? Let's go inside. The Kentari have some explaining to do.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm used to people shooting at me, isn't it? Otherwise I'd take it rather offensively, yeah? Alright then. Time to explain
this
yourself.
This place is a far cry from the smog and squalor we just left, isn't it?
Welcome to New Kentar. I must apologize for the unfortunate incidents that have taken place. You have arrived during a period of social unrest for our people.
This would explain the repeated attacks.
I'm afraid so. The decline of our world has split the Kentari into two factions. The reformists, like myself, who wish to gradually change our way of life for the better, and the traditionalists, who cling tightly to the old ways and all of the destruction that comes with them. The Kentari who attacked you were traditionalist soldiers. They see you, and especially the Lucari, as a threat to their existence.
What dangers do we or the Lucari pose to your people?
It's simple. Your kind are well-armed aliens from an advanced culture. To the Trads, you're hostile invaders. And the Lucari? Dangerous anarchists from our distant past, long thought exiled, now returned. And more dangerous than ever. The troubling part is they may be right about all of you.
Such xenophobia is unwarranted, Minister. Can't we all just get along?
Minister Pentaro is in charge of planetary security. It's his job to evaluate all potential threats, foreign and domestic. The idea of working with aliens, with Lucari, will be controversial. That said, our situation is deteriorating. I'm willing to open a dialogue with outside parties.
Such a dialogue will be monitored, however, in the interest of planetary security.
Understandable.
Your suspicion is misplaced, Minister. We had nothing to do with all this.
You're not wrong, Captain. And we realize the need to do something about it. The privileged few are safe above the pollution, but they live on borrowed time. Ecosystems across the planet are failing. We can no longer afford to...
Prime Minister, do you think it's prudent to discuss such matters with these outsiders?
Prometheus to Admiral, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have urgent news. Don't mind me a sec, I just gotta take this phone call. So Kefi warships are on fast approach to the moon of the planet. Qatari forces are moving to intercept, but they're heavily outgunned. Go to Red Alert, we'll do what we can to help.
Curious. One band of aliens arrives with words of peace, while another arrives bearing the swords of war. How convenient. Coincidence? Or a cunning ruse to weaken our defenses and lower our guard?
The Sankefi are not our allies, as you'll soon see.
I believe you. Our moon is home to our agricultural sites and thousands of Kentari workers. Your help protecting it will be welcomed by my government. The sooner you can begin, the better.
Aye aye. 5 to beam up. Energize. Suppose what a good way to make friends by helping them out. The Qatari have moved to engage the Qatari has moved to engage the Zenkethi forces, Admiral. They won't last long without us, especially against the Zenkethi flagship. Helm, take us in. All hands, battle stations.
Saving their ships might build some trust with the Qatari.
Shields up. Let's make this look good. Moving in. Take a beating. Come on.
For the Qatari!
Oh yeah. Now it does the Photonic Fleet, as it do.
I'm reading concentrations of the crystals targeted by the Zenkethi on the Kentari moon, along with numerous Zenkethi life signs and several protomatter signals. We'd better hurry. They may be preparing to detonate more bombs.
Oh dear. Agreed. Let's get to the moon and stop this Zenkethi.
Get to the moon and stop those bombs, now!
More crystals? God, these crystals are everywhere. What are they?
I hope your people know how to deal with these bombs, Lucari. If this is some kind of trick...
That's a lot of fire. It's absolute tank. Sit here, stationary, just shoot them out. As you do.
Keep fighting, no matter what!
Getting somewhere. There we go.
We're too late! They're running away!
Oh dear. And we're too late as well. Jeez. Oh, no good. Where is it?
We detected some sort of intense energy detonation on the moon. We're reading 0 life signs there. No one. They're all gone. What did they do to us? What has happened?
It was a proto-matter bomb. It eradicates all organic matter. I'm sorry.
All is not lost, Minister. While we can't bring back the Kantari who were killed, we can help you restore your moon's food production capabilities in short order.
A likely story. For all we know, this is the precursor to invasion. These aliens have destroyed our food and weakened our military, Prime Minister. They mean to conquer us.
That's ridiculous. We just risked our lives to protect you.
Calm yourself, Pentaro, and remember who is Prime Minister here. Captain Kumarke, I accept your proposal, provided there's full oversight from the Ministry of Defense at every stage of the operation. You'll understand our need for such security measures, I'm sure.
I won't let you down, Prime Minister. Have your observation team meet mine on the moon at these coordinates. We'll begin as soon as we're able.
We'll be on Overwatch in case Zenkefi return. Yeah, I wonder what the Zenkefi want with those crystals. It's got to be that's what they're attacking, isn't it, Grand Admiral? But what are they? They don't seem to be destroyed when they do the bomb, because we find them on that other planet. Fly near Rizka. Where am I going? By the moon, I'm guessing. No, that's this ship. Ugh. Don't mind me. What up? Oh, great. Help. Was that? Did I get any good readings on those crystals you found? We didn't take any readings the last time we saw them.
The proto-matter emitters are in place. The matrix is stable and primed for effect. Let me know when you want me to initiate the restoration procedure.
Make it so. Yeah, we haven't analyzed them yet.
Proto-matter matrix is stable. We're ready to begin. Initiating primary restoration sequence now.
Something is wrong. Everything just stopped. Why? I don't understand. I checked the settings myself. That moon should be covered with crops by now. I could use some assistance down there. Please join me at the worksite.
Aye, aye, Captain. Beam down. 5 to beam. Energize. Yeah, we were. I think we were gonna come back and analyze it, or someone else was going to go to those planets to analyze. But obviously, we were doing other things, so we have. I don't think we've been back. Well, I haven't been back to analyze them yet. But I'm sure we're gonna find out some answers sooner rather than later. Must be of some importance, though, to the Zenkethi, for them to go completely genocidal.
Alright, let's begin by configuring the flow regulators at each of the transmission arrays. I'll observe the flow rates while you make the adjustments.
Understood. We'll adjust each of the transmitters. No worries, I'll send them through the dimensional rift to your universe as soon as I get them. Alright.
Curious. Someone made adjustments to the transmitters that could cause a detonation similar to a proto-matter bomb. But whoever did it wasn't familiar with Lucari tech. We have safeguards to prevent such a thing, so instead of blowing up, it just didn't work. I hate to say it, but I believe one of the Kantari observers made those adjustments.
Well, that's a prudent measure, isn't it? Just, you know, someone tampers with it, just turns off. What's that? Also, I got some nows. We are currently working on colonizing another galaxy, but found some weird gateways. Are they like the Iconian gateways? Better be sure. Wait, hear that? Alright. Everyone?
Kantari! Cover me while I secure the protomatter!
God, they went down pretty quick, didn't they? Anybody else?
I'm far from defense.
Oh, I see where they are.
Kantari.
They are similar to the Iconian gateways, but with different technology. Are they? Is it instantaneous travel from one destination to another? I don't know if I prefer these dual handguns or my singular handgun.
Kantari! Cover me while I secure the protomatter!
Alright, Evelyn, calm down. I don't know yet, since they are encased in some sort of light energy shielding. It'll be interesting to find out.
Kentari! Cover me while I secure the protomatter! Oh, protomatter secured. We're safe.
Alright.
Those were traditionalists. I suspect one of their operatives was behind the sabotage here as well. I've locked out access to everyone but you and me. We can make things right without any interference once we return to our ships.
Aye aye, Captain. 5 to beam. Energize. At least Rodin hasn't died yet. That's good.
All systems are online. We're ready to go.
Let's go then.
Initiating restoration process now.
I like the plants on our bridge. Hey.
Protomatter matrix deployed. Everything's in the green. We did it!
Magic. Where is it? There it is.
It worked. Our sensors are showing a stable protomatter matrix in the formation of crops at all production sites. We owe you a profound debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Kamarmark, can't even pronounce the name. Anyway, made this happen. No thanks to the traditionalists.
Their actions have shamed us all, but they will not get away with it, I assure you. Minister Pentaro is looking into it personally. He has sent some ships to escort you back to New Kentar.
We see them. They're on an attack course.
Alien vessels, surrender or be destroyed!
They're like, no match for me, why even bother?
You forced my hand. You and your pathetic Lucari bootlicker. It's time to end this. I will make New Kentar safe once more. Safe from you and the rest of the alien filth in the galaxy.
Guy, he's got a grudge against other races, isn't he? Proper xenophobic. Stand down before stand down before more people get hurt, Minister. Final warning.
Exile was too good for the Lucari. We should have wiped you out.
Oh, so you want to play it like that, do you?
Not everyone in the Defense Force is loyal to Pentaro. I've suspected Pentaro was a traditionalist for some time, but I thought he placed the people before his personal beliefs. I was wrong. His madness nearly killed us all. And for what? Pride, hate, and fear. I wish to formally apologize. Thank all of you, personally. Under the circumstances, we should meet on one of your vessels. The Rescava, if you're agreeable.
Aye. And if you notice, we did destroy a single ship because we're not the aggressors here. Alright. Beam to the Rescava.
This is a momentous occasion. I'm glad you're here to share it with us. Diplomacy is part of a captain's job, as you know. I hope I'm up for the challenge. Welcome to the Rescava, Prime Minister. I look forward to working together.
Thank you, Captain. Most kind of you after all that's happened. We almost lost everything today. Instead, we can begin to build a better future. thanks to you. There will be resistance from people like Pentaro, but we must continue to look ahead. To that end, we hope to work together with you and your allies.
I'm happy to hear it. Kentari and Lucari have lived apart far too long. We've recently begun to explore beyond our world. Perhaps we can do so together.
Perhaps. We've got a lot of work to do before then, however.
Indeed we do.
Well then, let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, let's. Being a diplomat. Oh, seems my services are no longer needed. After all this time, the Kentari are here, alive. I can hardly believe it. This will be quite the revelation back home. Many Lucari do not look fondly upon the great Exodus, or the Kentari who forced it upon us. Still, we may be on the path to reunification, one that lets us rebuild what was lost with the Kentari. I truly hope so. Well, good for you and your people, Captain. What's that? Kentari mass-produced missile launcher? Wow, they're so powerful. 818 kinetic damage. That's funny. That's not too bad. The shields. 392. Might have the shields. Yeah, shields are probably the best there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's like 30 more than mine. I'll have that. Every single one of my people have like unique shielding. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Boop. Alright. I'm just gonna go for a quick pee and then we'll start on the next mission. Alright. Can we do it or do I need to fly around a little bit? Yep. Brush fire. Yeah, is that General Martok? Well, Chancellor Martok? Whatever he is now.
Starfleet intelligence has learned that Martok, the former Chancellor of the Klingon Empire, is alive. Quite a revelation. Until now, everyone thought he was killed in a duel with the current Chancellor on Kronos. Martok is being held in a Sona facility in the Briar Patch. Officially, it's a research facility built to study metaphasic radiation. In reality, it's a high-security prison used to hold political prisoners. General Rodek is leading a covert rescue operation in the Briar Patch. Meet with him there and help him bring Martok home.
Aye, Admiral, it'd be my honor. And let me guess, the Briar Pat's in the Alpha Quadrant. Helm transwarp to the Beta Quadrant. Let's go there. Brushfire.
Gavan, your assistance on this mission is appreciated. Martok is being held here. The Sona facility is a farce, and their true masters are the cowardly Vec of House Torg. They hold their enemies here and deny them a warrior's death. I intend to show them the price of their dishonor.
Kapla, what's your plan, General?
Begin by jamming the Sona comm signals. Should we encounter any Sona patrols, eliminate them quickly before they can summon reinforcements. The pockets of Metreon gas may be of tactical use to us. A well-placed volley could ignite them. Timed right, they can become our weapons.
Understood. Ready when you are. What's that? Well, yeah, not forever, but multiple hundreds to thousands of years in standard lifespan. Sounds like an interesting life. Oh. Do you mind? So the sonar, if I remember rightly from the Enterprise E-logs, the sonar...
Metreon gas is a form of gas. Good. All solar conditions are jammed. Local conditions are blocking all radio systems. The sonar has no idea.
No match for my ship.
I served with Martok in the Dominion War. Many Jemadar fell to our blades.
Yes, I've heard great stories of General Martok within the Dominion War. He was an honourable general who led the Klingon Empire through thick and thin, all the way to Cardassia Prime.
Martok's wife wanted this mission, but House Torn knows her. No sign of incoming ships. We still have the element of surprise.
I do love the maneuverability of my ship. The way I can just keep on to him. Oh, air rock. Onwards. Well, that's a lot of ships.
We have been spotted.
Oh, distortion waves? Oh, shield. Oh, what the hell? Good night. That was a lot of phaser fire coming from God knows where. Isolytic tear? I wonder if that's what those waves are. Try again, Joey. Where is all that fire coming from? That was some fancy fire. That's a fighter. Fucking hell. I ain't gonna make it. See how much fire they're dishing at me? That's nuts. keep deploying fighters. That wasn't easy. Those ships are fast. I'm like full impulse and those ships are running circles around me. Gonna die again. God damn. This is like proper intense space combat. Excellent. I think I've done my main objective though. I just need to get within shot range. Avoid them. We're here for General Martok, not to wipe them out.
The time for stealth has come.
Stealth?
We'll infiltrate the sauna facility in disguise. I will be wearing the uniform of House Torg, and your away team will be my prisoners.
That's a bold plan, General.
Yes, that is why it will succeed. Beam to my ship, and we will take a shuttle to the prison.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Grand Admiral. Like, I think I made a bit of noise in orbit, haven't I? But you know what they say? Fortune favors the bold. 5 to beam. Energize. I just can't believe how many fighters they deployed. Like,
the maximum security area lies ahead. Follow my lead, and we will infiltrate the cell block where they are holding Martok. Remember, you are prisoners. Stay within the red lines, obey all commands, and do not engage the guards until I give you the signal.
yes, master. Lead the way. Alright then, people. Act depressed. We are prisoners.
See all those turrets? If you step out of line, they are prepared to remind you of your place.
Yes, master.
5 more lifers! What did you idiots do to earn such dishonor?
Not my concern. My concern is to bring them here now.
Fair enough. I have plenty of time to find out. Go straight ahead to processing. What a miserable bunch of Bartok! Get these convicts out of my sight!
Call me a patag, you petak. But yeah, inside voice, yeah, inside voice.
Watch for patrols. We may need to fight them on the way out.
Hopefully you bring more than your bat left.
Prisoners to the back wall for processing. I don't see anything about 5 new prisoners.
Not my concern. Shall I tell Torg that you are not ready to receive them?
That won't be necessary. We'll process them. Sign here.
Hang on a minute, Zenkethy?
We've come for the butcher. Bring me Martok. Patience. We're out processing him now. You, take these convicts to their cells and be quick about it.
Quick. Right.
I really do find myself in the middle of every situation, don't I? It's a universe, just universal luck, that, isn't it?
Move along, convicts. Don't make me ask you again.
Aye, aye, master. Interesting. You'll be able to manipulate local magnetic fields.
Torg is allied with the Zenkethi. There is no end to his dishonor. Martok defeated many Zenkethi in close combat. It is why they call him the Butcher.
So quite a great feat, I suppose, seeing the size of Zenkethi.
Haven't seen you around here before.
I'm new. What of it?
Well, put those convicts in their place, and we can get some blood wine after our shifts. Give me a reason to break you, Patach. We have lots of time to play.
I love in the hospitality.
Martok, we've come for you.
Have you now? Wait. I know your face. One of Moog's sons fights under Torg's banner? Disappointing.
Moog? I am Rodek, son of Nagra, an ally of your house, old man. This is no time for talk. Arm yourself before the guards.
What is this? Explain yourselves! Isn't it obvious? I'm leaving, you piece of plakta. I think the Zenkethi disagree with you, Martok. Miserable Takek.
Language, please. I just noticed 2 little arms under the Zenkethi's chest.
There is no escape for you, Butcher. You will answer for your crime.
Well, that's the Klingon disintegrated. Ow, what was that?
Right now! For the Empire!
I'm just happy to be here. Fighting alongside the legendary General Martok.
Yes, to stand, to fight, to be Klingon. If I am to die, I will die in battle.
It is
something on your mind.
Kaplat, General Martok. It is an honor. How did you wind up here?
I fought Jempak, felt his blade strike home, and died the death of a warrior. Until Torg had his doctors bring me back. He denied me honorable death, denied me the halls of Stovokor, and locked me away like so much Baktag. He has much to answer for.
Indeed.
Time is critical here. What would you ask of me?
How have you survived?
The metaphasic radiation. It's why Torg keeps us here. He can beat us to the edge of death, then let the radiation slowly restore us to health. He is as cruel as he is dishonorable.
He will pay for his crimes.
Time is critical here.
What
would you ask of me?
What do Torg and the Zenkefi want with you?
Torg boasts about it often. He wants to replace Jempak as Chancellor, and he allied with the Zenkethi to do it. For some reason, he thinks they can beat us this time. Idiot! In return, Torg pledged to keep the Empire out of Zenkethi affairs, and to turn me over to them. They still hate me for my victory at Senketh 3.
They will not succeed, General.
Time is critical here. What would you ask of me?
Nothing else. Let's get moving, General.
There is another here who deserves that honor. A friend, and a warrior born. His cell is not far. We will liberate him.
If you think that's wise, General.
There's nothing unwise about adding a strong arm to your ranks. The console to the left controls the door. The one to the right controls the turrets. Override it, and friend becomes foe.
Good idea. Let's move. And what do you say, Grand Admiral? Yeah, and if we can bring this ability over to other universes as well, we should be able to manipulate all magnetic fields. That sounds rather interesting. Can you add magnetic fields to planets? For instance, Mars, for instance, doesn't have a magnetic field, so you could add one there.
There he is, across the way.
Marta, this warrior you speak of is a Jem'Hadar.
What of it? The war is over, and he has earned my respect. Come out. We have work to do.
I stand ready to fight. Who's this?
This is Rodek, son of Nagra.
Well met. I am First Kavakara, and I am...
I know the rest, Jem'Hadar. Martok speaks for you. That is enough for me. Time to go.
Why am I shining like, God reincarnated or something? Ferengi, anyone? Can I let anybody else out now? Sorry. I mean, we should be able to, since it's not just removing the field, but manipulating them. Well, considering Mars doesn't have a magnetic field.
They have locked down the facility. Their doors will not stop the charges I brought along, however. We can blast our way back to the elevator.
Indeed.
Those charges can be of use in other ways. Torg has been running the pathetic remains of his house from this place. Blowing up critical targets within it will hinder him greatly.
As long as it doesn't impair the mission, I'm in.
Torg's office lies beyond this door. If we're lucky, he'll be in it. Until I run him through, that is. If he's not there, destroy his private computer. He stores all of his critical data on it. Losing it will weaken him considerably.
And then what?
We forge on until we reach the main security office. From there, we can override the rest of the turrets and take out the alarm system.
What about the nearby turrets?
Use the console by the door to override them. Take care of the rest at main security. Remember, Torg's lackeys and his new Zenkethi friends will try to stop us. Be sure to stop them first.
Aye, aye, General. That's it. Just stand there.
Jailbreak! Open fire! Now!
Kind of wish I'd bring a battler. It's nothing quite like fighting Klingons in hand-to-hand combat.
What are those alarms? Dennis, why don't you report me here?
So these Zenkethi are quite tanky, aren't they? Hey.
Torg's office, but no Torg. I was hoping to spill his blood all over this pretty new bat'leth you've given me. For now, we settle for property damage. Set your charges.
Right, everyone, get clear. Nice rug.
The most recent file is a bill of sale for some sort of large torpedo. Interesting. Torg bought it from the Zenkethi. Doesn't say what kind of torpedo it is. Must be new and powerful, considering the amount he paid for it.
The Alliance will want to know about this. Let's hope it's not a proto-matter torpedo, because that would be bad. Alrighty, yeah.
This will hurt Torg. At least until I kill him.
General.
It's him! The Butcher of Zenkethi! Kill him!
Not today, people. Not today. Oh.
Main security is ours. Override the turrets and set your charges. We have business elsewhere.
Indeed, get to a safe position. No. Where am I going? They really should have better security measures in place, don't they? Alright.
That should take them a while to repair.
Kaboom.
Security is down.
Did you hear those explosions? This way!
Ah, more Senkethy.
The butcher still lives. Unacceptable. Bring me his head now.
Dude, these new shields I got. Seem to be doing the trick.
Witness the strength of a true Jem'Hadar.
Yeah, but are you the Gamma Quadrant Jem'Hadar or the Alpha Quadrant Jem'Hadar?
You! I should have known not to trust you!
All enemies of the Empire will fall!
I mean, if it's the true Jem'Hadar, it's probably the one where they originate from. That would be the Gamma Quadrant. Because obviously during the Jem'Hadar War, the as the wormhole was like, mined by the Federation, and the Jem'Hadar, well, the Dominion couldn't get reinforcements into the Alpha Quadrant from the Gamma Quadrant, they decided to create Alpha Quadrant Jem'Hadar,
Feel a blade in my hands.
which were like slightly different than
Better to use it.
Gamma.
On my enemies. Through here to an exercise area. As we passed, I saw a Sona engineer working on these panels. They control power to the cell doors, all of them. Blow up the panels, and all the prisoners go free. I expect they will be eager to settle accounts with their guards.
I almost feel sorry for the guards. I'm just trying to copy you, General, you know. Big fan. Alright. Everyone, you're set free. Man, it's hard to tell who I'm hitting.
Victory is live!
What is that, like a gravity generator or something?
Keep moving. Almost there.
A little bit close.
It's time to evacuate. When we reach the roof, our ships can pick us up.
Let's go!
The elevator's offline. How will we escape?
We will use a grappling device to reach the rooftop. Once we're out, we will deactivate the Sona shield generator to clear a path for our ships.
This is highly unorthodox.
Yes, an audacious plan, worthy of a true Klingon warrior. You honor your house and mine. When we are free of this place, we have much to discuss.
Things are heating up, Admiral. Sona, Zinkethi, and House Torg ships are closing on our position. We need a little time to shake them off before we can pick you up. Get here as soon as you can. McKay out.
I see the warriors of House Torg and Zenketh have come to test us. Fill the halls of Grathor with their souls.
Thank you for the follow, D20 Thoughts. Much appreciated. Kapla, General Martok. Let's go.
I told Lady Sorella that I would bring you home, Marta. I intend to honor that promise.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I suggest you should sort them out, Ground Animal, like you did last one.
I see they've sent a pack of filthy Karoots to fight us. Good. I can use the
Ronan dead. Ooh. Ronan's always taking a nap, isn't he?
Now I know why Jem'Hadar used to lead Klingons when they crossed the anomaly.
Because Klingons are badass and without fear. I'll hold off the enemies for a time limit. Oh, someone dead.
Fight on! Send them all to Grathor!
Oh, big targ.
You fight well, Alliance.
Alright, General, just pop in, as you do. There you go. Ronan taking a nap again. No time to be sleeping.
Enemy forces are larger than we expected.
They don't know when to quit, do they? But that was a angry Zinkethi, wasn't it? Alright then, General.
The battlefield is ours. Now we must destroy the Sona shield generator to clear the way for our ships.
Understood, General. Time to blow some more shit up.
Rodek to core. The shield is down. Prepare to extract.
Martok! You call yourself a warrior? A leader? I call you a coward and a butcher! I will avenge your victims!
And that was Rhino, innit? From Spider-Man.
Not while I live.
Down the hole, probably.
Jem'Hadar, weakling! Go now and join your changeling guards!
Oh, no, just crushed his head.
No!
And down the hall. Wow. Come on, people. We have a big guy to fight. Where is he? There he is. Come on.
Butcher, this ends here. Now. No trial, no mercy. Only your death.
Many have tried to kill me and failed to kill me. Come and add your name to the list.
They really want General Martok dead, don't they? He's got like a shield on his back as well. Where's Spider-Man when you need him? He wants Ronan. Come on, big guy. It's time to die. There it is. That was easy.
Klingon filth! We're not finished here!
Yes, we are.
This is Sparta. That's funny. Alright, anybody else for the grinder? Prometheus to McKay, we're in transport range, ready to energize at your command. Get us out of here, Tinya.
I will take Martok with me to the core. Perhaps after the battle he can explain some of the strange things he said in his cell. For now, the enemy waits for us in the stars. Are you ready to meet them in battle?
I am always ready. Let's go. 5 to energize. Let's go kick some booty. As long as they don't have all those fighters again, because that was annoying. Well, that's General Martok saved. The legend himself.
The enemy is near. We are outnumbered, but my crew got a signal to our allies. Reinforcements should arrive soon.
Let's hope we're still here when they arrive. Red alert, shields up.
There is no escape for you, Pratak. But you are not going to die today. Oh, no. You will be taken alive. Martok will be delivered to the Zinkethi, and the rest of you will spend your days in a place that makes Rurapinte look pleasant. Perhaps when I am Chancellor, I will have them sing songs about you, Martok, so that Klingon children will know what failure is.
The day is not over yet, Torg. Battle stations.
The blood of my heir is on your blade, Torg. It will be avenged.
If your blood is as thin and weak as his, it will barely stain my blade.
All words were cowardly traitors. Say it to my face. You have a spine. Torg, I claim the rights of vengeance. Face me in battle, or I'll kill you where you stand.
God damn. Good old-fashioned Klingon battle.
I'll take pleasure delivering your corpse to the Zenkethi. What's left of it, anyway?
I love the different designs in the batlefs. Go on, General. You can do this. Oh, damn. Oh! Oh! Oh, I think he's pissed. Yeah! Fucking ninja moves.
I claim command of this vessel. Any objections? No? Then make ready for battle.
God damn.
Hostile vessels, you have invaded solar space and attacked without provocation. These are acts of war. I implore you to surrender while you're still able. We may show you mercy where our allies will not.
Request denied, Wrinkleface. Maintain red alert.
We are still close friends.
What do you know of me? Other than the taste of their boots on your lips.
Not dead yet, Butcher, but you will be, and soon.
Reinforcements are here.
General Rodick, I do hope you have my husband with you, preferably intact.
Damn. Wife's here.
I am Worf, son of Mo.
And it's Worf!
Gintok to the House of Martok. The House of Torg must not be allowed to survive this day.
Talk about being amongst fucking legends here. Jesus.
Honor me, my country. Let us darken the stars with the blood of our enemies.
Yes. The Klingons have like great houses.
General Martok.
It's a lot easier when you have friends to back you up, I suppose, isn't it? Chicken! Still crowded here. Jesus. Ooh.
I am in your debt. You have given me the chance to regain the honor I lost in that cell. I will not forget it.
It was an honor, General.
But now, I shall return to Kronos with my wife, the warriors of my house, and the Sons of Moog. It is time for their house to be restored, if they wish it.
I wish you success, General, until we meet again. Kapla.
It has been a day of victory, and yet I am troubled. These things that Martok says, that I am a son of a different father, brother to a warrior I barely know, that I lived the life of another man. There is much I have to learn, but now is not the time. I must return Martok to Quanos before the enemy regroups. Until then, fight well.
Serve with honor, General. Kapla. We're ready to leave. Engage Warp 6. Or Impulse, whatever you like it.
Klingon political intrigues are never boring, that's for sure. It's my understanding that Martok isn't going to pursue the Chancellery, which should make a number of people in the Empire sleep a little easier. A Klingon civil war is something best avoided.
I agree.
Trust me. Martok has considerable experience dealing with the Zenkethi, and has offered his services to the Alliance in that regard. There's a good chance you haven't seen the last of the General.
Ooh, I look forward to working with the General. Ah, I get Torg's Batleth as well. Very nice. House Martok Transphasic Torpedo Launcher. It's not bad. Omnidirectional Beam. 572, that's not bad. And just a simple transphasic torpedo. That's 4,000 almost. Ah. Let's go with the omnidirectional beam. Always like a good omnidirectional beam. Let's have a look. See if it's better than the one I got. 560. 572 it is. Nice. Add that one to the thing. Alright. Well, that was an interesting mission. Got to serve with some very honourable Klingons. Some legends amongst the stars there?
We recently received a distress signal from the USS Forrestal, a ship we thought was lost in the Nexus back in 2332. We sent the USS Madison out to investigate, but they haven't checked in for some time. Considering the Nexus is involved, they could be in trouble. The Madison's last known position was in the Rotanev system. Meet with the USS Challenger there to investigate the situation. Her captain has some experience with the Nexus.
Aye, aye, Admiral. If I remember rightly, though, the captain of the Challenger is Geordie LaForge. Alright, beyond the Nexus.
Good to see you again. Looks
Jordan.
like the two missing ships are here, although they're both in a disabled state. Neither of them have responded to our hails.
It's good to see you again, Captain LaForge.
That's entirely possible. Even minimal exposure to the Nexus can be pretty disruptive to ship systems. I think we should take a closer look. Things could be worse than our initial scans have indicated.
Let's get a closer scan of them. God, all these famous captains and individuals today. God, I'm getting spoiled here. And the Challenger is a Galaxy-class starship as well. Ah, beautiful. Something majestic about a Galaxy-class starship.
Apologies. This ship's taken some damage here. Short-range comms are barely working, and we're experiencing widespread systems failure on all decks. Our Nexus defense screen's overloaded, and we were exposed to a full blast. We're lucky to be here. We could use your help.
We're on our way. Don't you worry, Captain Keithiki. Admiral, the Challenger is hailing us on screen.
Something's not right here. I worked on the Nexus Defense Screens project, and a catastrophic failure like that seems unlikely. In an overload situation like she described, the ship wouldn't be disabled. It'd be destroyed.
Well, let's get a short-range scan. It's also fun to see the Nexus as well. I've heard stories of this Nexus. Are these two ships Galaxy class as well? So that'll be interesting. Let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, Galaxy class and Ambassador class. Yeah. Now, what? One's Galaxy, the Madison's Galaxy, and the other one, the Forrestal's Ambassador class, which is basically the pre-version of the Galaxy.
Scanning in progress.
I'm picking up some Nexus radiation and signs of minor combat damage on both ships, but nothing close to what the captain of the Madison was claiming. Admiral, the Madison has ray shields that powering up their weapons. God damn. Red alert, all hands, battle stations. Well, that's no good.
Whatever they find are just disrupting most of our system. Pacific's got some. Out what they hit us with over here. Whatever it was, it knocked most of our systems out. We're running on emergency power. I think we'd better get over there and find out what's going on while we still have a functioning ship between us. Meet me at these coordinates on deck 10.
Aye, Captain. What's that? Well, to someone who doesn't know the designs fully yet, they look mostly the same. They do look quite the same. It's definitely a clear lineage from the Ambassador to the Galaxy. Obviously, if you saw both ships up close, you can tell the difference. It's mostly in the saucer section. The Ambassador is more of a circle, whereas the galaxy is more of an oval. Okay. To the beam. Energize. And the nacelles are slightly different as well.
Looks like someone activated the security system on this deck. Fortunately, I know a thing or two about that system. The console here is offline, but there should be a functional one nearby in a holodeck. From there, we can access the system and shut the fields down.
Sounds like a plan, Captain. Hey, we're on a Galaxy-class starship. This is interesting.
This holodeck's damaged. Let's try the next one. All right, let's get to work. With luck, we should be able to bypass the system and drop those... Wait.
Something wrong, Captain?
Someone's loading up a holodeck program in here, and I've got a feeling it's not for R&R.
Ready weapons.
Activating Program Barclay, 42 Epsilon. Safety protocols are disengaged.
Oh, crap.
Please, help us! The Borg are everywhere!
Also, a nice little hit there to Reginald Barclay.
The program's locked. We'll have to survive the battle to leave.
Why has it got to be the Borg? Ah! Ah! Love Borg. It's not a situation you'd want to be in. Stop adapting.
Last wave. Unless they change the program.
All right. Any more?
Oh, thank you. If there's anything I can do to repay you, anything at all.
Okay. Computer, pause program.
That's definitely a Reg Barclay program. Let's get back to business. We'd better bypass security before they send more sparring partners to deal with.
You know what they say, what happens on the holodeck stays on the holodeck. Let's use the holodeck arch console. It's kind of look like isolinear chips.
Okay, that did it. Security systems are down on this deck, and they won't be putting us into another holodeck scenario anytime soon.
Excellent work.
This is Commander Tafai. Please I repeat, if you can hear this, come to 10 forward at once. There's...
We're barely reading you. Here.
Our defenses just dropped. We require your... They are closing on us. Hurry. It won't be long before they attack.
Who's going to attack?
Someone's jamming that signal. We'd better get to 10 forward.
Ah, got left 10 forward. Open. Nothing looks like they're attacking here. What's going on?
Thank you for coming. The Madison has been taken over by hostile forces, and we are in dire need of assistance.
What happened here?
We responded to a distress call from USS Forrestal, long thought lost to the Nexus. As we closed to assist, the Madison was struck by a potent beam of psionic energy. It disabled the ship and left us vulnerable to attack. Mind-controlled members of the Forrestal's crew then beamed over and took control of this vessel. We few are all that remain free.
Who or what is behind this?
An alien of tremendous psionic ability, formerly trapped within the Nexus. We believe it lured the Forrestal there in an escape attempt, which failed. Somehow, it was able to break free when the Nexus recently returned. Though powerful, there are limits to the alien's ability. The combat with your ship has weakened it considerably. Now is the time to strike. The controlled crew are bound to attack again soon.
Set weapons to stun if they do.
Picking up transporter signals, multiple contacts.
Okay.
We've got incoming.
Snap out of it, people.
Enemy contacts inbound.
I wonder who could be controlling their minds. I know that the Undine have strong telepathic abilities. Or psionic abilities, shall I say. But that's them. We haven't seen the Undyne for ages.
Looks like we bought ourselves a little time. We should discuss our next move soon. You might talk with some of the survivors here for more information as well. Your call.
Thank you, Captain. Alright, let's have a little reconnaissance.
Ensign Rana, engineering. Sorry for staring, Captain LaForge. Your work on transwarp theory was required reading at the Academy. I never thought I'd actually meet you. Wish it were under different circumstances.
Enough of that, Ensign. Report.
Right. Well, they hit main engineering first. If you're going down there, be on your guard. Several of us tried to take it back a couple of days ago. They beamed in and took us by surprise. I was the only one to make it back here.
Don't let it wear you down. Ensign?
Ensign Seitel, security. Your arrival is most fortuitous. Our numbers have dwindled considerably since the enemy's initial assault. Until your arrival, I calculated our odds of survival at 4,286 to 1.
Vulcan logic never ceases to amaze me. How about now, Ensign?
Difficult to fully assess at this juncture. However, I am willing to state that our odds have improved considerably.
Okay.
If all of you were psionics, our odds would be even better. The alien is quite ineffective against those with mental abilities.
What are you trying to say? I don't have mental abilities? I see. Carry on, Ensign. Vulcans.
Oh, am I glad to see you. Things were looking more than a little ugly until you got here. I'd pour you a drink, but all of the replicators went offline an hour ago.
Oh, not got any Saurian brandy or some Romulan ale? Yeah. Bit of blood wine? Yeah. Alright, how are you holding up?
As good as can be, under the circumstances. Still amazed we haven't been, dominated by that alien.
Dominated?
The commander thinks it's because we all come from a species with psionic abilities. As good a reason as any, I suppose.
Well, that's a sensible theory. Use of the word dominated, mind. Alright, Captain.
I have a feeling these attacks will intensify as the alien gains strength. If we're going to do something to save this ship, we'll need to do it fast. Let's get down to main engineering. I think we can get a better grip on the security system there and use it to incapacitate both the hostile crew and the alien.
Agreed.
Take these psionic inhibitors with you. We hope to use them on some of our dominated crewmates prior to your arrival. But I suspect they will serve you better at this time. They should protect you if the alien attempts to take control of your minds.
I don't know why I find it funny. Dominated. Gotta get my mind out of the gutter. Anyway, thank you, Commander. Alright, onward. What's up, D3? How's it going? What's up? I thought most of these games were dead. What, Star Trek? Well, this is Star Trek Online, so... It's far from dead, buddy, if you like Star Trek. I'm having a blast today.
Watch it! They're beaming in reinforcements.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I've seen so many iconic faces today, and I'm in like a Galaxy-class starship. Like, it's great. Whoa, what did I get hit by? Just got hit by a phaser. Oh, yeah. Did you do?
Heads up! More hostiles incoming!
Jesus Christ. Like DC Universe Online and stuff, I know Matrix Online got shut down. I think the DC Universe is still going strong. Well, I'm not sure about Matrix. There was a Matrix Online game?
You've got a couple of problems here. Main power's offline, and there's a lot of Nexus radiation getting past the screens. I'll handle the power situation while you deal with the radiation. Once that's done, we can bring the security systems back online.
Understood, Captain. It's great to be in engineering. It seems rather small compared to seeing it in the historical archives, you know? I'll read down a sec. Whoop.
Nice work. Radiation levels are back in the safe zone, and I've managed to prime the warp core. Give me a hand with it, and we can restore main power.
I don't like these type of games because they could shut down anytime. Well, I'm not sure if Star Trek Online will shut down anytime soon because of like the new Star Trek shows and the fact that they're constantly making stuff for it. But I do understand your concern. There was a game, was it Marvel Omega Force? It was like a while back. It was on the Xbox, and yeah, I really liked it, and it got shut down. Yeah, if you know the one I'm on about, it's like the Omega something. Hey, Jordy, I bet you feel at home here. This must bring you back.
That did it. Main power's back online, and warp core is stable. I've activated most of the security systems, but it looks like the bridge is still under enemy control. It's a good bet that's where the alien is.
Okay then, Captain, let's retake the bridge. Oop. I like the display. I want to get like a poster of the Enterprise D for the wall, like that. Yeah. Put it in a nice frame.
This ship and all upon it belong to Cosmo.
Starfleet disagrees with you on that.
Your words mean nothing. Kill them. Kill them now.
Okay, a floating star-looking guy. Okay.
We are here to assist you.
Oh, nice. Carsburg. Don't recognize you. Have we met before? Ah. I have to do it. I have to do
I'm
it.
reading the alien on sensors. It's back on the forestall. This isn't over yet.
Recommendations?
The Challenger might be able to fight, but most of this ship's crew is unconscious. Beam back to your ship and deal with the forestall. I'll do what I can here to get the shields up and keep the Madison in one piece.
Understood, Captain. Good luck. Not yet. I gotta sit here. Look. It's just a little dream of mine, yeah. Captain of the Enterprise. Whoop. Right. Enough of that.
I'm reading the Challenger.
Let's beam back. To the beam. Energize. Yeah, I do. I played it. That's why I don't play these type of games anymore, because grinded for it just to go away. I know the feeling. I even put a little bit of money in that Marvel game. And it just ceases to exist. I don't think it will happen to Star Trek, though. Not for a long while yet. Let's hope, fingers crossed. But still, in the meantime, though, it's good to play. Look, play the story. Admiral, we're being hailed by the Force Drill. I think it's the alien on screen.
Shall the battle continue? Shall you strike me anew again and again until nothing remains?
Damn, your voice. Alright, stand down and the fight's over.
Once I was imprisoned within the Nexus, cast away for defying those who called themselves my rulers. And now a new jailer comes, demanding submission.
Okay. Release the ship and her crew.
No, I need this ship and everyone on it. They give me what I need to return home and avenge my imprisonment. I will not give them up.
Unfortunate. Tactical. Fire to disable.
The Challenger stands ready to assist you.
Why the Challenger's got distracted. You can buy like, you know, in-game currency, but you can actually get the in-game currency by trading dilithium. So it's either or. You can get everything for free. Yeah, but you can skip ahead if you wanted to and buy a load of stuff. Alright. It's basically however monetized you want it to be, essentially.
It seems I am at your mercy. Will you strike the killing blow now, as is your right?
No, you'll be taken into custody, alive.
If that is to be my fate, I yield. The ship and crew are yours. It is an unexpected mercy, one I would not extend to a vanquished foe on the battlefield. Much has changed since my banishment to the Nexus.
You've made the right choice. Admiral, we're being hailed by the Madison. Put them on screen.
Nicely done. I was able to get a call into Starfleet, and we should have backup here soon. In the meantime, I'll keep working with the crews of the disabled ships. We'll have them up and running again in no time.
I'm glad you're on it, Captain.
You saved a lot of lives here today. You showed mercy to someone who wasn't inclined to return the favor. That goes a long way in my book.
Well, just that Starfleet's values, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Captain.
You're welcome. The Nexus is definitely worth studying, but only under safe conditions. The crews of the Forrestal and the Madison found that out the hard way, I'm afraid. Just like we did on the Enterprise all those years ago.
Likewise, safe travels, Captain. Helm, set a course. Engage. No, I don't think so, D3.
Interesting report. This alien was trapped for eons in the Nexus and wanted to leave? As I understand it, the Nexus is a paradise. Apparently there's at least one life form out there who disagrees. Fortunately, you saved a lot of lives, and 3 Starfleet vessels. Captain LaForge tells me they'll spend some time in space dock, but they'll be ready for duty again soon. And we can use all the ships we can get on the frontier these days. Well done.
Thank you, Admiral. What we got? Trilithium tricobalt torpedo launcher. Not bad. 7,000 kinetic damage and increases as torpedo flies. Not bad though. I'm not a big fan of tricobalt devices though. Ooh. Meh. Let's go down. Why not?
The Kentari and Lukari governments have begun work on a joint colonial site in the Dranur system. Starfleet has been assisting both groups on the project, as have other Alliance members. I'd like you to join the effort and help them get things moving forward. There's been Zenkethi activity in neighboring sectors, and both the Lukari and Kentari have clashed with them in the past. Dranur itself has little tactical value, but the Zenkethi are known to carry a grudge. Keep that colony safe.
Aye, aye, Admiral. I'll do my best. Helm, set a course for the Dranur system. Engage. Oh, this is right there. Melting pots. Here we go.
Welcome to the Dranur system. Construction of the colony is underway and on schedule. We're lucky. We would have missed this system if the crew of our survey ship hadn't taken a closer look at the anomaly here.
It's good to see you again, Captain. It's quite unusual, isn't it?
Very. The anomaly orbits both the planet and its moon, and appears to be stable. It's also very disruptive to long-range sensors. The USS Challenger's team has been very helpful. They've installed several planetary defense systems and provided a number of modular building units for use at the colony site.
Starfleet is quite adept at colony operations.
Captain LaForge is standing by on the Challenger. Let's not keep him waiting.
Hey, LaForge is here again. Acknowledge. Helm, set a course for the Challenger's location.
Good to see you. I hope the Dranur anomaly didn't give you too much trouble getting here. We've been working with the Kentari and the Lukari to study it. We know it's some sort of subspace disruption, similar to what Starfleet has seen in the Delta Triangle. Not only does it cause sensors to behave erratically, but it seems to create a limited sort of cloaking field, both for the planet and the moon. Captain Kumarke and I have been collecting data on the anomaly, but we could use some more. Mind lending us a hand before we head down to the colony?
Of course, Captain. Of course.
Let's begin with a system scan. I've seen some strange data at that level.
Same here. It'll be good to get some more eyes on this.
We're having trouble getting any readings from the lateral sensors, sir. The anomaly in this area is intense. We may need to get into close range to get more meaningful results. Triangulate a position for a new scan.
Curious. It isn't just our sensors, Captain LaForge.
Agreed. Let's calibrate sensors inside the anomaly. It might cut down on the interference.
What's up, Sticky Quincy? Well, he looks strange on this low. What, LaForge?
Let's try again there. We're We're making progress, but I can't completely filter the sensor noise.
Let's study those asteroids. There could be clues in how the anomaly affects them.
I think he's a bit younger in this game than he is in Star Trek Picard.
How peculiar. This material isn't orbiting, it's just drifting.
What? It's not caught in a gravitational pull of the planet? Interesting.
S-type asteroids, mostly iron and silicons. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Very interesting. Very interesting
One of our
indeed.
emitters is giving some strange readings. Let's take a closer look.
Kind of looks like the moon's habitable.
Looks like the emitter relays are offline. We'll need to realign them.
Well, so I think I might start playing this casually on PC again at some point, if I can tear myself away from World of Warcraft Classic. There's one game I've never played, but I wanted to, is World of Warcraft. Just never, like, had a PC good enough. Got to get a bit closer.
Well done. I'd like to run a spectral analysis at the indicated area.
It might end up on
Let's send a probe
Xbox.
to the moon and collect some data on long-term anomaly exposure.
That'd be interesting. If it does, I'll definitely give it a go.
But we'll need to get closer to the moon first.
Why does it feel like every other moon in the galaxy is a different color and ours is just grey?
Okay, we have some good data to work with here.
Our science teams have extensive facilities on Dranur. They can help.
Sounds good. I'll see you planet side.
It's a lot of water on the planet. I like a good water world. I have the same ship as you. Yeah. My favourite, the Prometheus class. Obviously, I've changed it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't have
I'm
the...
eager to show you the progress we've made here. We've done a lot in a short period of time, and I think you'll be impressed. Ready to beam down and see what we've been working on?
Aye, aye, Captain. Well, no. Change Ronan. I always wanted a science vessel. I was thinking about getting a lunar class. Yeah, so like the Riker's Titan. But obviously, the Prometheus class at the moment gives me the best weapons. Because obviously I got some epic disruptor cannons on it. I don't have anything closer to that in phases. But I'm thinking about saving up my Zen to get the Tier 5 Intrepid. Yeah, like the Voyager with the ablative hull armor. So quite like that shit. Yeah. Or save up a little bit more Zen and get the Pathfinder, which is like the upgraded version of the Intrepid.
Welcome to the colony. Kumarke was just telling me a bit about some recent energy tech improvements. Let's take a look around.
What they've already built here is quite impressive.
As an engineer, I'm impressed by the technology that our partners brought to this project. Working with it has been a rewarding experience for all of us.
Lead on, Captain. And is that a Ferengi shuttle? Madrin better not be here.
Welcome. I'm Kajima, one of the industrial designers. Our colony may be fairly new, but we've already accomplished a great deal. I hope you find our work here interesting.
The Federation is always glad to be of assistance with fledgling colonies.
We're trying to build an industrial infrastructure while respecting Lucari design recommendations. It's, let's say, challenging. For instance, they've included considerable xenoscaping. They're committed to incorporating native plant life into the design spaces. It takes considerable effort, but it does mean that our structures are less susceptible to invasive problems with local plant life.
It's kind of like the bridge of their ship's got plants on it. Aesthetics as well as functional. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Dranur's quite the hidden paradise, don't you think?
Yeah, it's not bad.
We only needed a minimum level of terraforming here.
The fusion of Lucari and Kentari technology has been very effective.
Our integrated tech output continues to impress. This display will confirm that.
Let's have a look.
As you can see, our energy grid uses an array of natural power sources.
This is the first of many hydropower sites on Dranur.
Is Battlefield 2042 dead? I wouldn't know, I've never played it.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Quite a sight, isn't it? I'm surveying the output as part of setting up hydropower here.
What's with the mask? How much power do you think the waterfall will generate?
I'd eyeball this at a base of 3 kilowatts, which doesn't seem like much until you consider that there are falls like this all over the coast. They seem to be active year-round. Now the challenge will be to capture that energy without disrupting the ecosystem.
I've noticed you're wearing a breathe mask, but the air here isn't polluted.
My lungs were damaged by toxic gases on New Kentar. It's made me more conscious of the need to regulate the pollution that we generate, and more appreciative of what we have here.
Thank you for your time.
Come upstairs. There's an excellent view of the colony grounds.
This place is too peaceful. Something's gonna happen. I feel it. A paradise like this, always something goes on. I think it's just a colony. New colony.
The beauty of this world will survive only if we work to preserve and protect it. Let's head up to the science lab. They're working on some exciting projects.
As you can see, we've made considerable progress here.
Indeed. I'm quite proud of our achievements.
There's more to be done, but the foundation we've laid is solid.
Always like a good strong foundation. Oh my god, I'm going over here. That's like a Romulan shuttle.
Fair warning, our researchers can be a bit eccentric.
Eccentric, you say?
We should be able to get results from one of the lab consoles here.
Sir, there's a massive amount of data coming in from the probe. Some of the things that stand out include the fact that the lunar scale is relative to the planet only slightly larger than Earth's moon, and that the moon has a high density core and a large amount of silica and germanium dust. Nothing extraordinary, but it just underscores how much we run into worlds that seem familiar to us. Very well, let's see what the scientists have to say. Except for the moon's green and ours is grey. Yeah.
Ah, we've been expecting you. You've sent a good deal of interesting data to us. We've already been analyzing it. I'll let my companion Eshel explain the findings in more detail.
It may be early, but do you have any interesting results you can share?
Thank you, my dear.
My
the
dear?
first thing I realized is that the inert particles should be orbiting to obey gravity rather than holding position. I've been focusing my attention there, while Ursha has been reviewing the logs from the disabled satellite. Here, check the probe data from the moon. If some outside force was acting on the particles, it should also be affecting the moon.
Seems like a good starting place.
Funny. My ocular implants are picking up a noticeable amount of germanium here. There wasn't any outside. Where did that come from?
Germanium in here too?
Ah, we do have a few of the crystals here. Oh, strictly for study, of course. Don't worry. The anomaly prevents outside scans from detecting them. Oh, they're very safe down here.
Jermaine, are there those crystals?
Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, crystals.
You brought those here, despite the danger they present?
This was the best way to study them. We needed the lab's facilities.
Oh, besides, we were just gonna take them back to the moon when we finished.
Just a moment. I'm getting a message.
Oh, this can't be good.
Zenkethi's ships have just entered the system.
God damn it.
They're firing an unknown projectile at the moon.
Protomatter bomb, innit?
It's some kind of protomatter torpedo.
Oh, damn.
A protomatter torpedo? That's not good.
Their ships are turning toward the planet. If they have a torpedo, they may be able to hit us from orbit.
Uh-oh.
The Zenkethi are ruthless. We need to ready our defenses. Why now? Why are they so interested in these crystals?
What's happening?
The crystals! They're hatching?
What? What the fuck? It's alive! Run away! Okay. Okay. Well, the eggs.
The Zenkethi are turning toward the planet. They're heading for us.
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Defense is online right now.
Kind of give me alien xenomorph vibes. They're everywhere. Why does it have to do like bugs? Hate bugs. Goddamn alien bugs. Woo. Where's a flamethrower when you need it? I know.
I think I can tap into their comms from here. Hold on.
Ah! Kill him! Kill him with fire! And that explains why they were adamant about using protomatter bombs to wipe out the planets with these crystals. I know, right? But what are they? They're not like the replicators from Stargate, are they? Hey, they just keep coming, don't they? Ah!
That cargo is blocking the way. Head down to the beach and around.
We're still tapped into Zenkethi comms.
They also kind of give me like flood vibes from Halo.
Increase your efforts. Eliminate the defenses at once. Captain Paul, beam down for ground assault. Purge the Drantzuli.
Drantzuli? What the fuck are Drantzuli? Guess it's these bugs. Now the flood are worse, but like and now I gotta fight these as well.
Your defenses or be destroyed.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Are you here to bomb us or to eradicate this swarm.
There are only a few Drantzuli here. Let's clear this place and be done.
Okay.
50 credits has burned sheds and scales again.
Seem a bit reasonable, doesn't it?
You're wrong. Don't let me down. Keep your scales on.
Stop down. Woo! I imagine so, to eradicate these bugs. Now, if these bugs are on multiple planets and they hatch, I can imagine that'd be bad. But surely they're wiping out the entire organic life of a planet.
These little softies are pretty tenacious.
Yeah, surely there's another way.
Which? Bugs or the colonists?
Alright, Geordie, what's going on with you? Like, Geordie's like invisible. Oh, yeah. If that is your only objective, you don't care about anything else, yeah. It's efficient, as the Vulcans would say. Oh, it just exploded. Yep. I got bug guts on my uniform. Oh. Talk to Nethpa.
The Drantzuli infestation has been dealt with. Your assistance is appreciated. A
Okay.
suggestion? This colony has been using open communication channels. That is unwise. You never know who may be listening in out there after all.
Okay, thank you for the advice. Now that the menace is destroyed, there's no reason to attack this world.
Let me check my scanner. The infestation seems to be eliminated. Usually it's best to be absolutely sure, but there doesn't appear to be a need to waste a protomatter weapon. Don't make this mistake again. Take immediate action if you suspect the presence of Drantzuli.
Thank you for your assistance. This colony world still has an opportunity to flourish. Interesting. So Kevi's ship's moving into attack position, Admiral. We need you on the bridge as soon as you're able. Alright. The Zenkefi are on an attack, Admiral. They are attempting to take down the defences. Ah! Hell does Zenkefi. The Zenkefi are not replying to hails, Admiral. They are on a direct assault course. What are your orders? Well, attack then.
We're still tapped into Zenkethi comms.
So much for peaceful negotiations.
Admiral, this planet poses no threat.
Oh, okay, so the captain wants the planet to be safe, but the admiral's like, fuck it, destroy it.
strike on the lead ship. That might be their new weapon.
Oh, damn.
They changed their comms encryption. I'm blocked out.
It's not good.
I'm going to get access to their weapon system. Cover.
Mate, it's the Kepi command ship's tanky as fuck. But watch out for that like red circle. There's a lot of damage on this.
I am Captain Drantzuli. My commanding officer is incapacitated, and I have assumed control of Zenkethi forces in this sector. That must cease hostilities and speak reasonably.
Finally, a reasonable Zenkethi. I'm listening, Captain.
As you and I both know, planet Dranur has been completely scourged of what we call Drantzuli. There is no reason for further conflict between us. We will leave this system peacefully, if you are agreeable.
Very well. Let's leave in peace.
A warning. The Autarch's resolve is unwavering. He will not rest until the Drantzuli are no more, and he will not spare anyone in his way. Choose your side carefully.
Understood.
The Zenkethi must be terrified of these Drantzuli. They're willing to commit genocide to eliminate them, and Zenkethi don't scare easily. Fortunately, some of the Zenkethi are willing to see reason. Things could have been a lot worse if Captain Parr hadn't intervened on our behalf. For now, we need to let the Alliance know what we've learned here.
Agreed.
Safe travels.
Agreed, Captain. It's been an honor as always. Safe travels to you. Helm, set a course. Engage. Boom. So we find out what those crystal things are. Interesting. Tell command and inform them.
This new information on the crystals the Zenkethi have been attempting to eradicate is disturbing to say the least. Starfleet will be monitoring the worlds we know of that contain these eggs. We'll be doing all we can to study them, and, if necessary, protect them.
What?
Despite the incident at Dranur, we don't know if this species is truly hostile.
Wow, try to eat my face.
I've spoken with officials in both the Lukari and Kentari governments. They're going to proceed at Dranur despite the incident. We will continue to assist them in this endeavor and protect them from any Zenkethi reprisals.
I love how it's like protect them. You know, when a species comes out of an egg and immediately tries to eat your face, last thing you want to do is protect them. Well, anyway, thank you, Admiral. It's always a pleasure. Ooh, not bad. So we've got the deflector ray, impulse engines, shields. That's not too bad on the rear. It's got 8,000 just on the rear, that one. Let's go shields. I like my shields, yeah. Well, There we have it then, guys. That is an interesting plot development. Those crystal things that were eggs with insect-like things called
Starfleet
called Drantzuli, and that's what the Zenkethi are using the proto-matter weapons to destroy. What are they? Why are the Zenkethi afraid of them? All to be found out in the next video. So if you enjoyed the content, feel free to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment and subscribe for YouTube. And feel free to hit the follow button on Twitch. I'm trying to reach 200 followers. But before we go, a quick last word from today's sponsor. I'm really excited to be partnering with HelloFresh. Use my code to get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes plus 3 gifts at the link in the description. But who are HelloFresh, you may ask? Well, meal times are made simple. HelloFresh provides all the ingredients and inspiration needed for stress-free cooking and meal planning, making it easy to serve meals that you and your loved ones will enjoy. HelloFresh has perfectly portioned ingredients that get delivered to your door hassle-free. You can select your weekly recipe from a variety of great tasting options. Modify the servings per recipe and schedule delivery at your convenience. And of course, you can pause or cancel your subscription at any time. HelloFresh offers many different recipes per week to choose from. The variety of choices means your dinners will always be different, and it gives you opportunity to try out new meals. You can also select unique options such as calorie smart, quick meals, and family friendly recipes. Each meal uses fresh ingredients from suppliers selected by HelloFresh. You can be sure that the ingredients you get are always fresh and of high quality. So if you want to spice up your meal times, I'm here to help. Use my code to get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes plus 3 gifts at the link. Offer ends Sunday the 23rd of April, so if you want great tasty meals, act now. And thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring my channel. There you go then, guys. We have 2 more missions left on this New Frontier story arc. What is this stuff? It's HelloFresh. Basically, you can go on there and order like meal boxes and stuff, and they come with like, you know, ingredients and like recipes on how to cook fresh ingredients, and it gets delivered to your house. It's not too bad. I have a couple people that have had HelloFresh, and it's not bad. Now, but as I was saying, like I said, we've got 2 missions left. That'll be in the next video to tie up the New Frontier story arc. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I've been Dr. McKay. Thank you all for watching me play Star Trek Online. This has been playthrough number 24. Until the next time, live long and prosper, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers and goodbye. And see you, Starside Admiral. Take care. Also, I'll be back in a bit with some Monster Hunter for anybody else who wants to continue watching. Bye-bye.